Basically, every Canadian worker pays into the Canada Pension Plan, and so do employers. When you retire, a portion of the average salary you earn throughout your career is then paid out to you. But what happens to your CPP when you pass away? Peter Sashecki is here this morning to give us some insight. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Good morning.
We're going to talk about that in just a moment, but obviously, you know, there was an election last night,
Really?
and you haven't been living under a rock, that's for certain. With the Trump presidency, we're seeing the markets. There's a bump this morning. Is that similar to the Trump bump that we would have seen back in 2016?
It is, because the theory is there'll be corporate taxes won't be going up, less government red tape, and more of lowering of taxes puts more money into the economy, and you get this knee-jerk reaction to the market. It's about 3% this morning right now up in the U.S. That's a pretty big bump.
Is that sustainable, do you think?
No, it'll level out more often, but it'll be, you see higher markets than lower markets. Generally, lower inflation will be good for everybody if we can get inflation under control in both countries. That's a good thing.
Okay, we'll keep watching that.
Yep.
In the meantime, more about the CPP benefits. For people who are unfamiliar with this process, how does the CPP survivor benefit work? Like, what is that exactly?
Exactly. There's two benefits. There's one is the death benefit, which is a lump sum of money. It's $2,500 paid from CPP if you pass away as a death benefit. But then there's the survivor benefit. So married couple, one person passes away, and suddenly that CPP monthly income is gone.
Right.
But not exactly. There's a much reduced amount that is left to the survivor in that couple. But if you don't know what it is and you don't plan for it, it's going to be a big shock to you because how much that of CPP is gone on a monthly basis.
So, sorry, there's a death benefit and a survivor benefit.
And a survivor benefit.
So, if you pass away, who gets the death benefit?
The death benefit, technically, it's your estate.
Okay.
And it's taxable.
Got it.
$2,500. I mean, that's there to help the survivor, I guess, with funeral costs, because $2,500 isn't going to go very far. But then the survivor can also apply and get the survivor benefit, which is a percentage of the benefits you were receiving while you were alive.
Okay, so let's talk more about that. How much does the survivor get?
It's a very complicated formula, but you should budget if you're doing your financial planning for retirement and plan that it's going to be somewhere between 35 and 40% of what that person was getting before they passed away. And it's complicated, but that's a very close number to get you within a few cents.
How much does your age as a survivor impact how much you might receive?
It's not really age. It's more based on the amount the person was receiving. And think about this with CPP. You pay into it all these years, and people go, well, should I take my CPP? Should I not take my CPP? When it comes to getting money from the government, I don't care who's in power, when you can get money from the government, take it when you can get it and plan accordingly, because if you just got 2 months of CPP, as we just gave the example, and then you passed away, well, it's $2,500 death benefit. It's about 40% to your survivors. So you're only getting a small portion of what you would expect. Okay,
so I guess the big question people would have is, when do I start taking my CPP then?
60.
60.
The day you can, take the reduced amount. Now, if you don't need it, then you have to talk to your registered financial planner and look at tax-wise, how should I adjust? Do I just take that and put it into an RSP? Or what do I do with that money? But the government is going to give you money. Think about that.
And then you can do what you want with it, invest it, and make it work for you.
Yeah, you don't have to be thinking you're going to live on it because you already have a job or whatever the case may be. But it's not like if you wait, they're going to give you lump sums for all those months and years you missed if you pass away. Okay. They're going to give you $2,500.
Right.
So when you can get the money, take the money.
All right. Take the money and run.
You bet. And invest into the stock market, apparently, this morning.
Perfectly. Okay. Peter Sashecki, thanks for your advice this morning.
Thanks, Carrie.
Good insight.